Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the On and Off Pod. My name's Adam Trelaw, and of course, next to me, Josh Dunkley. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Adzi. How are you, mate?
I'm very well. Excited for today?
Very
Good
excited.
episode.
Yeah, we've got a big guest lined up. Bit of a fallback, wasn't he, though?
Big. I wouldn't say big, and yeah, definitely a fallback.
We had planned to get him on at some point, but yeah, today's the day, and we've got big Flea Weightman next to us here. Codes, welcome, mate.
Thanks, fellas. No, I'm glad we addressed the elephant in the room.
You got to get up to the microphone, mate.
Sorry, boys. This is not my thing. I got a phone call from Adzi last night, which is not normal. And 24 hours notice wants me in for the potty. So let's put him out to dry. Who pulled the pin late? Well, I'm on inclusion.
No, let's be fair. Baslinka said no, so we went with Cody Weightman.
No, we're actually going to get Christian Welsh on.
We were.
And he pulled out late yesterday. And then we were talking about it to Baz. We were sort of hinting to Baz, oh, mate, what are you doing tomorrow?
Reckon you can jump on the potty?
And he was like, yeah, down the track I will. So then we were on the phone on the way out of training yesterday, and I said, oh, ring Cody. And
called him, and he said, yeah, no worries.
Bang, within 5 minutes, you're on, mate.
Well, no, it is fair to say that when we commonly get people send in requests for players, and it is fair. Baz is obviously number one, but you're probably either second or third most of the time. So it's good to have you on, mate.
Yeah, lovely. Great to be here.
You that pumped, are you?
Yeah, obviously.
Good, I'm glad. I'm glad. How are things, mate, anyway? You going well?
Going well.
Good.
Nice
good.
day off today. And
What'd you get up to?
woke up, went for a swim, then went in the sauna, which you'd be pretty happy with. Adzi loves a sauna, for those listening.
Joshy loves a sauna too.
Quick one,
Yeah.
actually. Did you go to Adzi's house the other day?
No, he stood me
flicked
up.
ya?
He flicked me.
Oh,
Hang on, I did not
And then
flick
he
you.
asked for a favour.
Hang on. Did I not say to you, message me as soon as you're done your well, you had a scan. You had a scan on your foot, obviously.
Yeah.
I said to you to message me, tell me to come down a bit later tonight and we'll do all our recovery together. And still waiting for that message.
I prepared for early in the day, let's be fair.
Because the night before, we played the night before.
Yeah.
And I remember, because I heard Cody say to you, I'll come to yours tomorrow.
Yeah, morning.
And
No. It was either 12:30 or 3:30.
Yeah, middle of the day morning. sort of thing.
Yep.
And
Keep going with your story, Josh.
well, I just heard him say to you that he'll be there. And you said, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, and I said, yeah, no worries. Yeah.
And then what happened?
Push me back to 6
Well,
p.m.
well,
and couldn't
6
happen.
p.m.
Well, the big fella had to have a scan on his ankle because obviously he had off-season surgery last year and he still needs to make sure that's going okay.
Going well.
And so I said to him, mate, things happen, things change. Can you come at 6 o'clock? He said, yeah, no worries, I'll message you. Didn't get a message.
Oh, well, I think it's your fault still.
Yeah,
Of course, it's my fault.
I feel that.
He's just salted that I don't drive an hour and a half to Kew to hang out with him all the time.
Never does. Never does.
When was the last time you drove out to Hyatt
When I need
to hang out with me?
When I need to.
See, when he needs to, not because he wants to, when he needs to. That's what he does. Yeah, but it's not about you and me, mate. The episode's about Cody.
Yeah, that's right.
We want to know a little bit about you.
Yep.
We're from, I know you say you're a Berwick boy or a, where is it Berwick or?
I go with officer.
Yeah, but you're not
'cause
because
it's
you went to
unknown.
Hailbury. So you,
No, I grew up in Pakenham, and you get judged if you say from Pakenham. So I say I'm from Officer, which is
what do you mean you
innocent
get
little
judged?
suburb next door.
What do you mean you get judged?
Pakenham's, the main part of Pakenham's a little bit rough, which, like, shout out to the Pakenham people, love yous. But no, I say I'm from Officer. It's a innocent, unknown little suburb next to Pakenham.
I know, mate. The Kangaroos, Officer Kangaroos,
the
footy club.
Kangas, Cal Porter, local club,
Is
loves
that
it.
where Cal Porter's from?
Yep.
Is that where you played?
Did Oz kick there and then
You played there till you were about 9 and then went to Hailbury, yeah?
Nah, Beaconsfield.
So tell us, obviously on the border of Gippsland and Dandenong Stingrays, true?
Yeah, very true.
We've
So-
had this conversation before.
Yeah. So I'm actually, Cal Porter, he lived in Officer and I lived in Pakenham, which Pakenham's more Gippsland than Officer, which would mean Cal obviously was at Gippsland and
Yeah.
I went to Stingray. So we actually crossed regions, which is a bit messy and I still don't really get why, but I turned out Stingrays was closer, so I just went there and
Which
became
mean,
one of you.
which, exactly one of me.
Yeah.
Followed in my footsteps.
Followed Adzi's footsteps. Didn't want
Did
the
he
Dunkley
ever-
pathway.
10 years later, yeah? Because you're 19, 20?
21.
21, okay.
Yes, mate.
Not 8 years difference.
Did Adsy ever come back to
Nah,
Dandenong
nah.
and
They
give
asked
the
him
boys
all
a
the
little-
time, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Cool.
did I? Shut up, Josh. Look at him trying to get at me. What number did you wear at the Stingrays? I'm actually very interested.
44.
Yeah, so they give the shit players the high numbers, do they?
Yeah.
No, but in fairness, do you remember when we played against each other when I played the VFL game for Collingwood down at the Western Bulldogs. And did I not go out of my way to congratulate you on one, you debuted, because I think you debuted earlier that year, or must have been the year before, or it was around that time. And I congratulate you, and I wished you all the very best.
Yeah, you did. I know why you're bringing this game up, though. You had 50 and
Hang
6
on, I'm not
goals.
bringing that. No.
He's just leading into that, isn't he?
I could see where that was going.
Poor, who was it? Was it Brad Lynch?
Brad Lynch, yeah. I was on the sidelines coaching that day, and I told Lynchy because he was struggling a little bit around the ground, and I just said, go to Adam Treloar because he's had about 40.
Kept him to 50.
Kept him to 50.
And then what happened?
10 in last quarter.
Poor Lynchy lost his roster spot.
Yeah, he was off. He was out of
That's
contract at the end of the year.
Oh, the poor fella. No, but I back onto you. I actually wanted to know your footy pathway to actually how you got to where you got to now. Because I know, obviously, you said you played at Officer. Was it Officer you just said?
Yeah, officer for Auskick.
So you did Auskick?
Yeah. That's where I found the initial love for the game.
Love footy?
Yep. And then a lot of my schoolmates went to Beaconsfield, the local club, a bit up the road. So followed trend and went there with them. Stayed with Beaconsfield the whole way through. And then was lucky enough to get an opportunity to head over to Haileybury, which is pretty well known for their footy ability now as a school.
Yes, they are. Steph Martin went there, the great Steph Martin.
Yep. Yeah. So, went there in year 7, and that's when school footy sort of took over a little bit. And then joined the Stingrays and then the Vic Country as the later years went on. And Vic Country was a particular one that was really good for me and probably boosted my rankings and got me to the kennel.
I love that.
It's good. So who mate looked after you at the Stingrays and at school footy? Is Matty Lloyd still there?
Yep.
At Haileybury?
Lloyd, he was a massive influence, and obviously David LePage and a lot of other teachers that are helping out down there, which is it's a really good program and one that I'm very grateful that the parents are happy to allow me to go to and be a part of. But then, Vic Country was the other one that was huge for me, and Lee Brown, he's a good Gippy man. He was huge for me. Brooke Brown, the team manager there at the time, those kind of guys were awesome for me in my pathway. And to get drafted, it's sort of it's a journey that you're in such doubt the whole way, but far out. I had that many good, amazing people that helped it actually happen. So I keep in contact with a lot of them and super grateful.
That's beautiful. I love that.
So then when you transfer through that process, I actually remember night one when we first met you after the draft and your parents, we were at that pub in South Melbourne. Remember when we came together?
Yeah.
And I just remember talking to your parents and they were just talking to me like they were over the moon, as all parents would be, and families loving it. But I just remember straight away they knew that I was from Gippsland, so they started talking to me about cows. Yeah. Straight away.
Night one, me and you even had that combo straight about the cows. And bit of bonding.
Being from Gippsland, it means that you're interested in cattle, mate. So
you must own Angus. You wouldn't know.
That's one thing I've learnt with the Dunkleys. And that bull that's still named after me. Did you know that?
No.
His old man Panda named a bull after me.
That doesn't make sense.
Because it's white. Like very pale skin.
Oh yeah, what was the other reason though?
No, the other reason is not true. We've already talked about that on here.
Yeah, well, Cody doesn't know.
Doesn't matter. He can go back and listen.
Yeah, make sure you listen.
Yeah, I will.
No, but I do want to say, because wait, you said you grew up in Pakenham, right?
Yep.
You always laugh at me, Josh, because you say that I'm not a Vic Country boy, although I played for Vic Country. I grew up in Dandenong. Is that a pass? Is Pakenham considered country, or are you going to consider that, I don't know, city or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, no, well, the boundary, like Cody mentioned before, is very close to... he's in Gippsland territory.
Yeah, but then why'd you play for the Stingrays?
Closer. Just the way it worked out, mate.
Should have been a Metro boy.
Loophole.
No.
You know why you should have been a Metro boy?
Why?
Because you went to Haileybury.
No.
Yes.
No.
Nah, it doesn't count.
It is funny because we always argue about this because we talk about going back to our roots in the southeast suburbs and playing in the DDJFL and whatnot. He likes to claim that he played... Sorry, it's Beaconsfield, right, where he played, or Officer. Yeah. And I beg to differ because he gave up on the Beaconsfield Officer and went to Haileybury to chase private school footy. So he can't claim that he's a southeast boy.
Oh, that's a stiff one. Haileybury is situated in Berwick, which is southeast.
No, but then did you go to Keysborough?
I did, yes.
There you go. No, should have been a Metro boy. You don't agree with that, Josh?
Keysborough would still be southeast if you look at it properly.
What, Keysy? Yeah, but my point being is we laugh and joke about. So what I said to you in the AFL record, do you know in the record how it has your name and then it says, does it say your TAC Cup team and where you're from and where you play?
Yeah, I reckon.
I think so mine would say, or mine says my previous teams and then the Stingrays, and then Noble Park, because that's where I played my junior footy. Yours says Dandenong Stingrays, and it says Hailbury. Does it even say Beaconsfield Officer?
Wow, that's disrespect.
You need to get back to your roots, mate.
Oh, that's on the AFL, not me. I don't write the records.
So if you did write the records, would you go Hailbury or?
I would include them all.
Good man. Maybe
It normally does do that, like TSC Cup.
Well, his
team
didn't.
And your school and your local club.
It's a good point, though. If you ever want to get after a Vic Country boy, just tell them from the Metro. That cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty
Like
funny.
Adam.
With what?
You're a Metro boy, mate.
No, well, I
Country.
played for Vic Country. Won a championship with Vic. 2 championships actually with Vic Country.
Oh, here he is.
No, I didn't say I did. I say our team won 2 championships with Vic Country. Hey, you always say that you arguably had the best Vic Country team that has ever been.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. We went 6-0. How'd you go in your record?
3 out of 4.
3 out of 4. It's pretty good. You?
We went, so under 18s or 16s?
18s.
We won all our games except our last one, but ours was unique. We actually played a grand final. No, we didn't. That was 16s. 18s, no. It was top. It's just whoever finishes on top, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. We lost one game
So you
against
play every
Australia.
team and then you have your
we
numbers at the end. So we were 6-0.
It's pretty nice.
But that was a
bad.
pretty good team. That was the likes of Jacob Wiedering, Shaki, Dusty Parrish, Reece Matheson.
You were showing me this list the other day.
Yeah,
is
it's pretty
nice.
impressive.
Even you were saying some of the players that were on the fringe, like at the time, are now genuine stars in the AFL.
Tommy Papley,
Wow.
superstars.
Who came through yours, Cody? Who came through your draft?
From Vic Country,
Yeah. Oh, well, no. What year was your draft?
2019.
And who was one that year? Was that Walsh?
Rowley.
Matty Rao.
Yeah.
Did you play against him
Yep. He was at Carey too, so
Yep.
played against him.
with
year 10,
Noah Anderson?
11.
Rowley and Noah Anderson.
Yeah, good combo that.
Guns
They're very good.
from the start?
Yeah.
What-
And then Dacos just floating in underneath them.
Nick
a couple
or-
of years below him. Yeah, Nick.
Wow,
So
how good is Nick Dacos?
Pretty.
Was
pretty
he bottom age?
bottom, yeah.
Wow.
And he was playing
Mate,
tack up.
he was a star as year 10. Like, good time to be a Collingwood fan, really.
So is it fair? Oh, yeah, because you were a Collingwood fan, eh? You were as heartbroken as I was in 218 Granny.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where'd you watch that? Can you fill us in?
At one of the Haleybury boys' house.
Of course you did. Wasn't down an officer or anything. It was at Hailbury.
No, we were in smack bang in the middle of Brighton. Prime real estate, watching Adzi run around, but
Well,
didn't get the
you were
chockies, did we?
devastated, weren't you?
Oh, I was flat. Yeah.
How long did you hold on to that loss for? A while?
Yeah, a little while.
I did
I knew
too.
that was my last chance to go for Collingwood, pretty much.
That's right, because you were the Bulldogs next year.
That's what really got me.
So do you have a soft spot at all for Collingwood?
Yeah, I haven't played against them yet, so I haven't been able to move on. I feel like that's the.
So you
that's
still
the-
have like some little bit
Yeah.
of a connection with them?
I love the Dogs more.
I
Obviously,
love
but,
that.
But once I play against Collingwood and hopefully beat them, then I feel like it's done. But
So there's still just that little bit of...
yeah, I think everyone's got that. Surely.
Well, I'm trying to
your
think-
childhood club. I invested, mate. I invested hard in the Pies as a.
And then when you got drafted, it's just like, oh, I can't... not
How
stop
it's hard to
playing
wrap
for
your head
the
around, really. Like,
Pies. Yeah. What about you? So you would have gone for the Swans, obviously.
Sydney, yeah.
Did you have... Oh, well, you could have been father-son.
yours
there.
have been different.
Yeah, but still, like, even now, I watch Sydney with interest, but I don't. When we're playing against them, I love playing against them.
Yeah, so on
They
the
also
weekend...
they had the chance to take you, so it's also like.
Yeah, I was
well,
going to say,
you didn't
sure.
want me, I don't want you.
Yeah, you
So-
want to prove.
Yeah,
You want to prove them wrong.
yeah.
Because they didn't take you. But
Yeah. Whereas
at
the
the same
Pies didn't
time-
have a pick, so it wasn't like they passed on me. So I have nothing against them.
yeah, true.
What pick were you?
15.
And 219, Collingwood's first pick. I don't even... Do you know who Collingwood's first pick was? Might have been Isaac Quainer. Was it Isaac
No,
Quainer?
he's year before me.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I mean Trey Roscoe.
Oh, big Trey Yeezy.
I think they.
That's what they call Trey Yeezy. He's a he's a
Trey
funny
Bianco,
lad.
actually, I reckon.
Trenner, he's a
I
star.
reckon he's about 24-ish.
He's a
something
star.
like that.
That's actually a pretty good question. How long did it take for you to not, like you obviously just answer it, to not actually like
To move
just
on.
to move on from your club,
I wouldn't know yet.
because you still got that little bit of a connection
Still
there.
a little bit love
Well, it's
there.
the same when you talk about, idols growing up.
Yeah,
When you're looking at players from afar, like mine, Josh Kennedy, like even Scotty Pendlebury, like same thing when I was growing up, I was like, I want to be like him. And then you come out there and you play against them, it's like, wow, how good's this?
Have you ever had that moment where you're
Yeah.
actually standing next to them and just look
Yeah,
at them and
he-
you're like, what the fuck?
Mate, Nat Fife, my first game of AFL footy, Nat Fife, centre bounce, I was like, he won the Brownlow the year before.
Yeah.
And I just stood there next to him and I was just like, wow, have a look at this. And then he just made me look like the youngest kid
when
out
does
there.
that novelty though you reckon wear off? When does the novelty of actually like enjoy playing, like being starstruck kind of thing?
I reckon I already have. I reckon it's
has?
your first few games.
Yeah.
I had Hamish Hartlett my 4th game, and he was my favourite.
You loved Hamish Hartlett,
I
eh?
loved Hamish.
It's pretty like, with all due respect to Hamish Hartlett, we never really hear much about like interstate players when you're in
Yeah.
Victoria. So I remember when I asked you, and you said your favourite player was Hamish Hartlett.
Yeah,
I was like,
easily.
wow, that's actually pretty crazy.
I loved him. And then the fact like he was playing on me, I was like, this is so bizarre. Like,
How did he? Was he? 'Cause he's pretty physical, yeah. Was he physical on you?
Oh, he's coming to the end, obviously, but
Yeah, so he'd probably be even more physical,
yeah,
especially
true. No,
with a player like Cody. Everyone wants the basher.
He's obviously a good player, and I was no one back then. Still am, but
I love how he said back then and then just changed it. Still am.
and so I didn't have the respect back then as much.
Was that the first game against Port? Was that? Well, when was this? Was this your first game, or
My
was
first
this
game back after about a year out of the team.
when
in my second
you
year
kicked?
last
Did you
year.
kick 5?
Nah, 3.
Oh, well,
I wish it was 5. That'd be
was
nice.
that the one where you kicked it over your head? Probably could have handballed to 4 people, but you kicked it over your head.
Hey, we got the goal.
That's all that matters.
Won the game.
If it goes through, it doesn't show up.
No
on
one
tape.
says a word, man. Leave it alone.
Hey, great. Does not come up on tape. But no, can you tell us some interests you have outside of footy as well?
Sure.
Love to know, because I know you like a bit of art and surfing and
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
we're going to touch on the art stuff, so leave that out.
all right. Well, that's one that we'll get to that then, because that's particularly taken over of recent. I always did
Yeah.
that, but surfing was definitely one of my big interests growing up. Never really lived near the water, but it was something that I always enjoyed the day of taking a day to go surfing, and I just enjoyed that growing up. But then obviously had a bit of ankle stuff going on the last 12 months, so that's where the art sort of stuff took over. But no, I always loved surfing, and that was definitely my main outside of football hobby. Grew up playing a bit of basketball, swimming, tried a few sports. Just love sport and moving, keeping active. Bit ADHD in me, so got to burn some steam here and there. But I don't know. I've tried a lot of things.
What
really.
about camping? You seem to be
Camping, that's
loving
one.
camping.
That's
Doing a lot
one
of
that's
camping.
jumped on board of recent. Fishing, camping type of thing.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with the ankle. Just felt like trying something new and really enjoyed it. So it's nice to get away and it feels a bit like home.
Yep.
Get out in some space,
Country
get the
boy.
ocean, and adds
I
you
know,
would
mate.
know.
I know. I feel you, mate.
But no, that's camping and surfing are two that they go hand in hand, I guess.
Yeah, camping's definitely one I noticed with Codes, because
We went to
the
Yamba.
setup that we had there, other than Bailey Smith's freaking Winnebago, like it was unbelievable. Yours is probably, actually,
Cody's was the best.
do you reckon it was better than yours?
Yeah.
Because you slept in the tray.
The ram's nice,
Next
just
to the
wasn't fitted
cooler.
out.
The ram was good, but
But it's funny because Codes, your spot was the only one that really had reception. So most boys were climbing up the
metal ladder.
up the ladder just to get some reception, because we had no reception for 3 days, and you can't live in a world without reception, can you?
You got a
Nah.
post out of that.
I actually did.
Yeah.
It was a great
Just
photo.
claimed it, didn't you, like your own?
I did.
Just did not mention it's not his.
How long did that take you to put up ads? Oh, a long time.
but no, back to the art. So
Yep.
I was hearing a funny story because you're living with Charlie Parker and Sonny.
Yep.
And when you were living with Gussie, you started doing a little bit of art stuff, and then you moved into a new place, and now there's a little abandoned place next door. And the whisper is Cody goes upstairs in this abandoned house next door, and he's doing art upstairs.
Do you really?
Is that true?
I'll probably get home. The cops will be out the front now. But no,
Are you actually allowed to do that?
That's factual. Well, yes, I'll give you a bit of a story behind that. So I always did art at school and stuff, and then Haileybury, they pushed me away from it. It's not good for the ATAR. So I went down the more academic path and still butchered the ATAR. But anyway, in due time, I've come back to the art. Bit of a calling when I couldn't surf and stuff as much, and so really enjoyed it over the last probably 2 years. Just as a very light hobby that I'd come home and just sketch something up, and that was the end of it. And then like you say, we moved into a new place and we got accepted, and I didn't even notice it when we did the tour. And then I came back to move my stuff in, and I was like, have a look at that. There's just this frame, like this big 2-story, like massive house, got a roof, got a floor on both levels.
And obviously no one's in there.
No one.
Nah, just a genuine skeleton of a house,
crazy.
and no one's in there. So I was like, I had all this art stuff, and I was like, I'm just gonna put it in there, and it can store there for a bit. Then I bought a what do you call those?
Great.
They're not called a weasel. They're like a tripod you put your canvas on.
Oh, I know what it is.
Stand.
Jess has
Yeah,
one
a
at home.
stand, an art stand. So I brought one of them, chucked it up there. Office chair was randomly in that house already. So I'm like,
There's
maybe
an office chair
I'm
already?
not the first to do this. Anyway, so I put my stuff up there, massive canvas, like 1.5 meter canvas I've got up there, like pretty obvious
Yep.
up on the second level. And people for about a week were driving past and they're just like scanning, like, what is going on there? There's just this kid up there, this blonde-haired kid, just
Wait, so they can see you. They can see you up
it's
there.
completely exposed.
no
There's
walls.
just a frame.
No walls.
So if it rains, I got a roof. It's perfect. It's got gutters.
Have you ever fallen asleep up there after
Nah,
you've painted?
nah.
Just going, I'm just going to sleep.
That haven't done that. But
It's pretty incredible.
It is crazy, eh?
yeah.
I
And so
respect-
the good part about it was I was like, geez, I don't know if this is legal or what I'm doing here, but I'll go with it. Anyway, there was one day that I come home and there's these two elderly people out the front of the abandoned house. And I'm like, oh, time could be up. And I connect the dots pretty quickly that these are the owners. They're mowing the front
Oh,
nature
no.
strip. And I'm like, oh. So I go out and have a chat to them and lovely people. I think I was quite fortunate that the old fella actually followed football and recognised me. The Weightman plumbing van in the background helped cue him in. And I just sort of threw out the offer. I said, oh, look, I've had some art up there and I've enjoyed the space. They've been building for 10 years and the build went broke and bloody-da, complicated. So I thought I'd leave that. But I said, I'll mow your lawns if you let me stay
keep
up there
painting.
and shook hands and happy days. I'll
Wow,
be there for
win.
the rest of the year.
So you mow the lawns every...
Yeah, I
Every
like
time
doing
you-
the lawns. So
Yeah, okay.
I do the next door neighbours and
Yep.
the abandoned houses and ours. just
That's
because I
insane.
like doing the lawns. And
Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
That is
well,
good.
two girls next door, they get their dad to come and do it. I'm like, don't worry about that. I got you.
How often, so how many hours would you spend just going up there to paint? Is it just like a...
Actually,
Or do you just do it and
yeah.
then time just goes by and you're just like, wow.
yeah, I purely do it on feel. And I'm living in a house with 4 people. So I grew up in a house with 6, but a bigger house and more space. So I find that it's just nice to go over there and chill. So I'll just sit on my phone and I'll do a bit of painting or drawing or whatever I'm doing. But the time would be, I actually would have no idea. I just go off feel. Whenever I feel like doing it, I do it. And it's not a job. It's still a hobby to me. So it's literally just when I want to do it that I'll go
And
do it.
when you do, because you paint and draw, right?
Yeah. Well, I particularly draw. I haven't, like I say, I had a big break from it
Yep.
from the school days, but I caught up with Danielle Weber, who's an artist, professional artist. She's awesome, and I went to her studio, and she sort of got me into painting. So I've just recently been having to go at the
Doing
painting as
both.
well. Yeah, and enjoying
And
that.
do you do it, is it like where you don't follow something? You just can do it off your imagination and just draw, or do you actually follow something when you do it?
I prefer to have a reference, but I also like to create my own original. So I'm
That's cool.
not copying off
Yeah,
anything,
yeah.
but I'll use a jacket from something, and then I'll use a cartoon's head, and then I'll build my own piece,
Yep,
so it's
yep,
original.
yep.
But referencing something, you're certainly not tracing, but
Yeah, okay. That's elite. I love
it's
that.
something that I actually really enjoy it, and it's good for the head. Something completely different, a footy, fine motor skill sort
Yeah,
of thing. And
yeah. Polar opposite to
yeah,
footy.
yeah.
Okay, well, where are the results? We haven't seen any.
Oh, I've got a little gram page, but I'm still unanimous on that. So
What's the handle?
eventually,
do you wanna give it a shout out on here?
I'm not plugging it. I'm gonna hold off and keep posting on there, and then eventually I'll own it as mine.
Nice.
How do you go at drawing and painting and
Not very good.
colouring in and
No, I'm not very good. I did like I like architecture,
Yep.
like drawing floor plans
Yeah,
and
like
stuff like
for-
that.
yeah.
Like if you're doing something in the house and you want to do a little plan up, I'm pretty good at that.
You just
But
buy floor plans, mate.
no, I don't. No, I don't. I've been doing a bit of work at home at the moment.
why don't we buy the abandoned place?
No, well, there's people that own it.
Oh, well,
Yeah, buy it off them.
we'll buy it off them, you and me, and then
Investment
we can
property, Adsy.
invest into a art studio.
We'll just let Cody paint all the walls.
Yeah, we'll do
I'll
that.
give you one room for your studio for the potty.
Done.
Done.
Deal.
Oh wow. Okay. So
So-
it's our house and you're only giving us one room.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's so good. No, that's cool. I like that you're interested in that because I respect that many people because I am. There's something that, you're probably better than me at drawing, Josh. That's Josh. That is because we commonly talk about things that who's better than who at something.
noticed
This
I
is
have noticed
this is
that.
2 weeks in a row that I've actually been better than him at something.
Yeah, you.
Last week he wouldn't admit that I'd beat him in a wrestle,
No, I did admit it in the end.
but then
Took a while.
He did
Did
admit
he actually?
it, mate.
No, he used his smarts against me. Pure strength, whoop his ass. But if it's throw it out of
Hey, it's smart.
exactly,
Right.
he used
That
his
counts.
smarts against
that
me.
counts.
So
So
you
that
should have
does,
seen his face because we got video recording last week.
It doesn't
his
hurt.
face after he had to admit that was so funny.
it doesn't hurt me as much, Codes, knowing that he beat me off smarts because I'm not the smartest bloke. But in terms of strength, yeah, I'm happy I've got him covered. Easy, easy. And you know I did, yeah.
Adsy.
No way, mate.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
did.
about that.
Yes, it is.
Smarter.
No, it's about me winning all the time against you.
So on the footy field, you use your strength, or do you use your smarts?
No,
More?
Probably more my smarts than anything.
So that's what it's about.
Different smarts, isn't it?
It is. But speaking of footy field,
We should talk about the game last week.
Well, yeah, because obviously Cody had a big say in the game.
Exactly.
We probably wouldn't have won if it wasn't for a couple of your highlights. Do you feel like, I got a good question for you. Do you feel like you've finally been able to find your feet, establish yourself, and now each week going into the game, having that, being comfortable knowing that you belong out there and that you can have a massive impact on how we go? Because I feel like you do. I get great confidence of you up forward. I know Josh as well does when we see you up forward and do your thing.
Oh, thanks, mate. I think I have a newfound confidence. But I don't know. I find that I'm still 20 games in or so.
Yeah. Is it only 20 games?
Yeah.
Wow.
21 maybe. I don't like to think that I'm established.
Yeah.
I think I certainly have a fair bit longer to go for that. And it'd be great if I am and I'm oblivious to it, but I like to play as if I'm not. Like, I like to go in.
Play on edge kind of thing.
I play on edge, yeah, 100%. I feel like it definitely complements my game to feel like that, which is a certain discomfort with that. But then I also feel like I do have a lot of confidence now in knowing what I have to do and knowing that I can do it. So there's certainly a stability factor to it, but I still do take that mindset in of not being complacent and not feeling comfortable.
Yep. And
because people watching would think, you play with a lot of confidence, you play with a lot of flair,
energy.
Like, for those that don't know, Cody's probably one of our barometers for the team.
I totally agree.
Celebrates other people's goals, and it's just incredible. Like, the way that he's acting, Cody's acting, is just helps everyone else out there.
It's infectious to everyone, and it doesn't matter. The beauty of it is, it doesn't matter whether we're winning or losing. Like I think about was it round 1 when Naughty took a hanger? Was it then or was it round 2? And
no, it was Mitch Hannon.
And you were like literally standing next to him, jumping up and down like it's Christmas soccer school. Yeah, come on, you're just celebrating more than anybody, which is great. Like, we love seeing that, and that's kind of more what I was getting to, because I feel like what he was saying, how we go up forward in particular really dictates. Like, you dictate that for us, and a lot of that comes off the back of like your pressure, your hard work. There was a clip on the weekend where it was funny because Kim sent it to me, because Kimmy, her 2 favourite players are you two. I'm probably third.
Oh.
It's true. She loves you two. But there was a play where I think you were literally outnumbered like 4-1. You're commonly outnumbered, aren't you? Where there's like 4 defenders on 1, and you're the one forward, and you were just constantly chasing back and forth. And Kim would send me this highlight and be like, how good's Cody? How good is Cody?
Day in the life, mate. Small forward to 4-1.
Tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you remember that game last year? We always talk about against Port Adelaide, where we ended up winning the game. You were injured. You didn't play. It would have been early after your shoulder.
That's the Hamish Hartlett game. Yeah,
that's the game. We're up by we would have been like 40 points up a quarter time, almost 30 points up. And then they came back and pretty much leveled the score. Yeah. And you and me were playing forward the whole quarter. We literally run to the halfway line and just run back. Run to the halfway line, run back. Look at each other and go, how good's this?
Mate, we did not get within like a 30-metre bubble of the footy. Like, we could have sprinted after it and not gone near it.
We commonly joke about it all the time. Another thing we joke about too is, with codes, is what is a good game for you with a forward?
Yeah.
Depending on how many touches you've had, score involvements. What do you reckon a good game is?
In contrast to kilometres.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think it's a kilometre a touch. Like
1K a touch.
If I come out at a K a touch, I've had a pretty good day.
So you say you run 14 Ks.
You've had 14
touches.
14 touches.
Going home pretty happy. Yeah. It generally, like, that's the good day. Like, mate, she can be 2K plus pretty often.
Are you very superstitious when it comes to preparing and things like that? Like, we've talked about.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'd love to know.
I am.
You are?
Yeah, but I've had to actually. The best thing for me has been relaxing on that, which I was really bad growing up. I think because I had a lot of anxiety with my performance, like fear to failure sort of stuff, and that whole superstitious thing gives you a false sense of security that you've prepared and you've ticked all the stupid shit.
It almost eases your mind.
Yeah, in a way. But then I think once you actually accept that you don't need to do that stuff and you're going to be fine, that's when you actually ease your mind. So I still have a few. One that I will do, I reckon, till the day I die. And it's so weird, but every time I go through the Balti Bridge, or on the Balti Bridge, the 2 big poles, I have to touch the roof between them.
Really?
And then now it's developed, and now I have to look at Marvel after it.
So
it's
touch
good luck
the roof,
when I play there.
look over at Marvel.
Yeah. It's good luck when I play at Marvel, which you can see it every time you
Hang
go.
on.
So no, that's crazy,
So
mate.
every time you
I've
play
done
Marvel-
that since I was a 4-year-old, I reckon.
Really?
Mate, as long as I can remember.
And it's worked for you every single game?
Yeah.
Every
I'm
single game?
crossing that bridge 8 times plus a week. So I wouldn't know.
So would you say you've played a bad game one week? Will you do it? Will you go every single day just to make sure you touch on the roof?
No, it's pretty bad. I'll do a Yui if I miss it.
Wow, that's
Really?
actually
I'll go back over
that
the
is
bridge,
crazy
yeah.
insight.
Incredible.
It used to be, so it would be every time I'd go over that bridge as a kid was when I was playing like a game on that side of the city.
Yep.
And so it used to be bang, hit the roof,
Yeah.
got the timing right, good luck on that side of the city.
Really? Wow.
And then have to do it on the way home for good luck on that side of the city.
Have you ever told anyone this?
I don't reckon I've
I
ever
reckon
heard
a few
this.
people. Yeah.
Really?
I know.
Really?
I don't know. I'm probably not the club.
No.
I even growing up, I had wish chips. Do you ever have them?
What are they?
So like a chip in a potato chip bag, the ones that fold over on
Oh,
themselves.
yeah. Yep.
Every time I'd eat that, I want to be an AFL footballer, eyes closed. Every time I ate
Oh.
one of them, like shit like that, man. I
I
did
know
it my
what you
whole
mean.
life.
Yes, really. Do you still do that?
Yep. But I have obviously a different thing because I've.
Oh yeah,
become
no,
a
yeah,
different
more
wish.
so like you want. You know what? I totally can relate because
Yeah.
I had some weird superstitions
Yeah.
going up too, and I still have some superstitions as well,
Yeah.
but not to that degree. But
Oh well, I don't think I have many now, but then
Yeah.
here and there I like do one. I'm like, oh, that is one. I still have like I forget like 'cause
Yeah.
I had so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a lucky jocks and stuff. I think nearly half the league do that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
different, but it's just these odd ones. Like 4's my lucky number. I have a lot of things that I'll do in 4s
Yeah, see-
just to tick that off in my head. Like I'm number
Unbelievable.
19. Like has no relevance, but 4 is my number,
unbelievable.
and I'll never get that at the Dogs.
You
Did
two,
you-
you two are
Yeah,
very
Monty.
similar.
Well, it's funny because
Yes.
one thing I can think of that I used to do, kind of weird as well. It is weird, not kind of. Is if I, so say like, say what's there's like poles in the ground sometimes where you're walking along the footpath. It's that it kind of like blocks out a car driving into an area. Like
Yep.
I don't know what they are, but there's just two poles.
Little chicane sort of thing.
Is that what it would be? Like, say you're on a footpath
what
and
you
there's
mean,
an
yeah.
area where you can drive over it. A car could if they wanted to,
Yeah.
but to make them not do it, there's like two poles in the ground.
Yeah.
And you very rarely see them. But if I was walking along the footpath and I seen that, if I had the option, which most times I did, I'd always go left of the pole.
I'm
single time.
right. Everything I
right?
go to the right of. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so then I
'Cause
say
right is right.
Yep, I say in general as well. If there's an option for me to do something, everything's always left first.
Yeah,
so
wow.
my superstition I have now,
Yeah.
which isn't that weird, is I just do everything left to right. So I put my socks and shoes on left to right. Anything involving brush my teeth, I brush the left side first and go right side.
It makes sense.
And number as well. So I don't really have a lucky number. Although 7's my favourite number, 17 as well. But I've got an unlucky number, number 11. I can't have anything to do with number 11. Yep.
11:11 on the clock. He looks away. Like he gets
Do you know-
scared.
do
I used to get around the double on the clock.
Yeah,
I used to always
really?
make a wish when I'd see that. Yeah.
Do you know what? Like, come to think of it, it's not like anything to do with 11. So it'll be like, so this is weird. No, I've never told anyone this, but I'll tell you. Like, say the volume goes up and it's like, say,
You've already told me this.
say you're turning the volume up. Have I told you?
Yeah.
And it equals 38. Say it's 38.
Yep.
3 plus 8 equals 11. I'll have to change it.
Yeah.
He can't have it on. He can't have it on that.
You're triggering me and like reminding me of stuff that I have. That I don't even know.
Anything that goes to 11, I just can't do it.
Any remote volume, any volume, I have to have on an even.
Yep.
Or on one of the 5s, like 5, 10, 15, 20. It can't be like,
See,
say if it lands on 17, I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Like,
17, you don't
yeah.
like, really?
No, like any
odd number.
Yeah. It's not a 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
Some of them
Has to
are.
be an even.
But yeah, like even if I'm at someone else's house, I'm like hitting that once. Like fix that
See,
up.
I'm the exact same.
Bizarre,
bro.
man.
Or even
Like,
in the,
I forgot I did that, but that's just so normal.
yeah,
now.
you
Like,
just do it.
do
I'm the exact same, mate. I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
You don't have any superstitions,
You
do you?
blokes
Dunks?
don't relax.
Nah, we don't.
Well, I do relax.
No, I don't have many. I think I don't know. I've just learnt. I've sort of grown out of it a little bit. I did have a few footy things. Like
Yeah.
I understand when you're driving past Marvel. I wouldn't touch the roof, but I appreciate that that's
Yep.
what we do now.
That's your
And,
office, yeah.
Like every day I drive past Flemington and on the left is like the Melbourne City.
Yep.
And I just think that's like an iconic sort of moment
That's cool.
that I look at both ways and then keep going to the club, but I don't have to touch the roof. Or
So there's
the worst
nothing-
ones when I'm on a night home or something in an Uber.
That would be great.
I'm sitting with like a girl, I'm trying to impress or something, and I'm like,
And you've had a few drinks
I'll
and
like
you just touch
scratch the head and then suddenly just punch the roof. She's like, what the hell?
Oh my gosh, can I get out of this Uber now?
That is so funny.
Yeah, have you had to like, oh my God. Have you had to like subtly do it?
Yeah, all the time, man. What?
So you'd be sitting in the car and you just got your arm around someone and then you just reach your hand up and
Lucky I got two hands. Nah.
Oh my God.
So what about, has anyone ever said anything? Has anyone ever noticed?
I think Riley Garcia picked up on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd told him, but yeah, he certainly noticed because he's often in the car with me, obviously being housemates. People have noticed. Like, you're right. So,
It's always the first thing that they say, eh?
yeah.
But nah, moving on, because we were talking about footy and then we got sort of drifted into this. But how did you find the game from your perspective, Cody? What do you think?
Yeah, it was obviously great to get a win.
Yep.
0-3 would have been pretty naughty considering we had the game right on our terms, and it felt like we nearly let it go. Finished on the bench, I was saying earlier, and it was a bit of a tough last few minutes to watch, but great obviously to win. The game was quick. It was Sydney's a good team again, obviously, and I think that's also a really good indicator for us that we're able to knock off a good team.
Yep.
It wasn't a win that we had to sort of get given. It was certainly one we had to earn. But yeah, I think it was great to have a win, great to have a small impact on the game, and
You had a big impact, mate. Don't say small impact.
Yeah, mate, you kick goals when we needed them.
When we needed them, took a hanger. Bonzi kicked the team.
got me this potty gig.
We all
True that.
we always
I was
talk
nowhere
about the
near
little
this.
things like Cody's pressure on the weekend was just incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
First, second, third, fourth. I'd actually highly encourage people to watch you when they come to games because
Yeah, I
the
agree.
stuff you do that no one else would see is pretty impressive, mate. So keep doing that.
Same as the aerial stuff as well. Obviously, you're not the biggest bloke out there, and as I say, you're always outnumbered up forward. It's actually funny you think about it, but you actually are most of the time outnumbered. But your ability to be able to fly and have an impact is awesome. So you keep, like, as Dunks was saying, you would highly recommend people to watch that kind of thing because that doesn't go unappreciated for us. And as I said, when Kimmy's messaging me and saying how good's my boy. Yeah, I'm okay. No, not you. Cody, oh yeah, he's going well. Actually, there's a photo of us three after the game.
There is.
That's pretty
We'll
nice.
post it.
Yeah.
We'll probably have to post that this week
Yeah,
on the
we will.
podcast.
But Kimmy,
Hey, that works.
when
yeah.
it worked, Kimmy
Yeah.
sent it to me and said, my three boys.
It's nice.
You know that photo? It's funny. Have you seen Webby in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Baz sitting next to us doesn't know it's a bird eye. What's it got? A fish eye?
Yeah,
And he's just like doing his own thing.
Baz, we tried to get him. We already said it, but he...
One day. You know what he's doing?
What is he doing?
He's waiting for this to go big.
Yeah, and
This
then-
is going places.
Maybe-
fellas.
maybe-
And then he's going to jump on when you're getting 200,000
Yeah,
listeners.
maybe after this episode I might go.
He might.
Because everyone wants to hear
might
about
lose a
Cody.
few.
Probably will. Probably will.
I do want to touch on a little bit with, I guess, the perception that maybe people would have of you out there. Because I know last year, was it the second final? Or the first final?
First
Yep,
final.
First.
Where, as Josh and I have said, you like ignite our offense. You're a massive say in how we go and your energy that you bring. But obviously rival teams see it and some might, whatever they think, but a lot of them seem to get at you and want to get at you and have a crack at you. How do you deal with that? Like, how do you cope with all that stuff? Because nothing, to me, when I watch you, nothing changes. As in, if you've got three blokes hanging off you wanting to fight you, you're laughing, you're smiling, you're pushing them back, you're doing your thing. How do you actually go with that?
Yeah, I think I relish in that. I actually really enjoy it. It's kind of footy,
Yeah.
And I'm sure you were the same growing up, being a stronger player that you've obviously gone on. You get a bit of attention as a younger player anyway, so you're kind of used to that in a way. And I don't know. I think I enjoy that side of it, the sting to it, and that
You
it
can
probably
tell.
keeps me accountable.
Yep.
I think it'd almost be boring if people didn't want to go after you and whatnot, and it just reminds you it makes it a bit more sweet when you kick a goal.
Yeah.
It's like that guy's just ripping me, saying I'm not going to need a kick, and I've just kicked a 2 on him.
Well, it's fair because I reckon most oppositions, when they try and target one of our forwards, it's always you. It's always you.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I've only had 20 goes at it, but
Yeah, but they could just see because you got that cheek, and as you say, when you kick a goal or something, you're getting in their faces. It's like how did you go actually after that Essendon game last year in the final? When like you were copping it. Like after that game,
in the media. And
you were
stuff.
copping it, mate. And I could imagine your socials was probably copping it from fans, all the Essendon fans, and a lot of us boys were like, mate, we love you, we love what you do. Like, how did you actually deal with that?
Yeah, I think I had to actually sort my priorities out then, whether you want to be liked or you want to be a good footballer, because you can't have both sometimes, and that's fine. But that was pretty crazy.
It was.
So I didn't know that I was hated till I got on the bus. And
You mean hated like after that game?
Honestly, I knew I got free kicks, but I hadn't even considered that I converted every free kick I got and had a big role in winning the game. And obviously tempers would be flying after an Essendon loss. And that was pretty crazy, man.
Yeah, I remember it.
I'd turn my phone on, and luckily enough I had a message from someone saying, like, hey, mate, might be a good idea, turn your phone off. I think it was Chris Maple, or one of the GM or someone in that sort of role at the club. And that was when I was like, oh, wait, what's going on here? And then I clicked on Instagram, man, and
was it just a lot of hate?
So they say good publicity's bad publicity, or any publicity's good. Yeah. Mate, I reckon I gained like 8,000 followers that night, and my DMs, I remember sitting with Mitch Hannon and refreshing, and it was just like pumping in.
And was it mainly people abusing you?
Oh, no, there was a good mix.
Oh, so there was people supporting you and people...
Yeah, there's so many good fans out there, man. That's what you can't forget. Like, it's so easy to grab onto the haters or the whatever, and they're always going to be there, and that's fine. But there's so many good people, and I actually did a post pretty much saying thanks to those good people, because they well outnumbered the haters. Yeah. And I think it was so easy to focus on the guys calling me some pretty wild stuff.
I remember, mate. I remember
doing that, and it's some of the stuff you get messages. It's pretty low.
Well, mate, it's
quite
more of a
amazing
reflection on them than what it is actually you.
It's quite amazing that people would go out of their way to search your name on Instagram, type a message, send it, and they probably don't think you're going to see it. And for the most part, I never do. But there's sometimes you accidentally stumble across it, and you're just like, whoa. And
when you do see that, how how does that make you feel? Like, because early days for me, and I know you've said it as well, Dunks. Remember the Sydney game you speak about where, or you explain you.
Yeah, well, I dropped the mark, top of the goal square to win the game pretty much. If I had to kick the goal, we would have won. And that night I had a message request, something that I don't really look at often, but you do stumble across them every now and then. And, I got sent the directions from Marvel Stadium to the Westgate Bridge, or the Balti Bridge.
Pretty crazy,
Someone said to me, go and jump off it. Like, it's just ridiculous, some of the stuff.
Absolutely.
And you look at their profiles,
they don't consider that you're already feeling it. Like,
totally.
It's your job, and you've made it blue. And
we've been on here speaking about it, Adzi, when we talk about, win or loss. There's always things going on in your own mind. Yeah. Like, you want to play better. You feel like you've let the team down if you don't play a good game, and already you're feeling bad about yourself. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're seeing all this stuff. Yep. It's just cruel.
And the ability to be able to then, like, depending on how long it takes you, to then realise that, like, you're so much bigger and better than the person actually having a go at you.
Absolutely.
And the different, something I always talk about, because I've had quite a bit of hate as well.
Yep.
Is how different you are from the person on the footy field to the person off the footy field. Yeah, polar opposites. And a perfect example in our footy team is Chief, Big Chief.
Yeah.
He's a gentleman off the field, loving, caring human. On the field, he gets so funny. He had a crack at Bailey Dale on the weekend when we were celebrating his goal. I think he told him to piss off as he was. Yeah. So Chief, he's kicked the goal, and everyone's come and started hugging him. Did you guys know this?
Yeah, I did hear about this.
So they started rubbing his head and whatever, and he's told Bailey Dale to piss off.
Stop celebrating.
He's hugging him, which is pretty funny. But that's what I mean. That's an example, as in, they're just polar opposites. And it made me think how someone like you, so young, could get caught up in it, actually dealt with that. So it's a credit to you to be able to take that in your stride, and now it's something that you feed off, because you're going to have it pretty much for the rest of your career now.
Yeah, I think it happened so quick for me too. I went from last year, I was no one in terms of I hadn't the games I'd played, the three games I'd played, I'd hardly touched the ball, so people were probably happy I was playing. And then I finally start making an impact here and there on games, and that's probably the best thing Lisa, the psychologist at the Western Bulldogs, talked to me about when this all started to happen. And I started to sort of go does this annoy me? Like, I wasn't actually sure. And she said, there's pretty much two ways you can have it. There's one where the Western Bulldogs fans love you because you're doing well and you're helping them win, which at the end of the day, it's our job. and that's what I go out there to do. I want our Western Bulldogs fans going out happy.
Yep.
So they can love you, but at the same time, the opposition fans probably don't love you because you're threatening their chances of winning. So you can have it that way, or you can have it the other way where you're not performing, you're in the team, and the Western Bulldogs fans hate you because now you're threatening their chances of winning. And it's like, pick your poison. Like, you can have your fans that you can control and have in your back pocket fully devoted to you. And so that's sort of the way I look at it now. And just like you say, it happens quick, and you don't really get taught how to be hated.
No
and
way.
it's confronting at the start, but I actually really enjoy, like, if I'm getting booed in the game by the crowd, I actually really enjoy that. Like, I've played better since that's happened.
Yep.
For sure. Like, I feed off that. That's great.
I reckon most players would.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're getting
When there's a
booed in
bit
the
of
crowd.
hate.
Yeah, it feels good. It's like, all right, now I got something to play for if I didn't already.
Yeah.
Now I'm not holding back.
Yeah. Have you been booed in the crowd, Dunks?
No, I don't think so.
Never?
Unless I've got a free kick that everyone's been happy with. Cody knows what that feels like.
There's a couple of those on the week. Not for you. There's other games, a couple of those on the weekend, the free kicks. But I've been booed a couple of times. Remember my first game last year where against Collingwood? Did you play round one
Did you get
last year,
booed?
Codes?
No, they got around you.
No. Remember when my first touch, they booed me.
I thought they got around you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, my first touch, they booed me. So the ball came out of the wing.
hit
I
up
got the
Brucey.
ball and I hit up. Naughty.
Naughty.
I got booed at the start.
Did ya?
And then
Because as I was running, I was like, "Hang on, are they booing me?" As I'm bouncing the ball, and then later on they clapped because I kicked
around
it to you afterwards.
Yeah, you did. But you held on to it for an extra 5 seconds because
Yeah, because I
to.
wanted to lap up the booing.
Yeah.
No, but I also Codes, I want to know your nickname around the club is Flea.
Yep.
I've actually never asked you how come it's Flea.
Yeah, so Dale Weightman played for Richmond. He was a very good small forward back in the day, and his nickname was Flea. So
And that's purely the reason why.
pretty much. So I always had old coaches coming through calling me Flea, and none of the young kids got it because who's Dale Weightman to them?
Yep.
And then now the demographics a bit older, the average at the club, a few of the older boys jumped on, yourself and the lots.
Shut.
And they got around Flea, and it sort of just stuck. It sort of works. I'm a small forward as well, and if anything, it's like the booze. It cues me into what I'm supposed to do on game day.
Yep. I like it. I like the nickname.
It fits.
It does fit. And I initially thought it was because of the kind of player that you were. Like, you know how fleas are annoying and you don't.
Buzzy and
That's what I initially thought it was. And you actually got it from someone else.
Purely last name basis, yeah.
You've got siblings, yeah?
Yep, youngest of 4.
You're the youngest?
Yep.
And is it boys and how many boys,
So
how
the
many
oldest
girls?
is a boy, and then obviously me, a boy as well, and then 2 girls in the middle.
Do you reckon those, because of the way that you playing on the edge, like we've spoken about that, what we think of you as a player. Do you reckon growing up as the youngest, potentially playing with your siblings, whatever it is, helped shape the way that you are now?
I reckon, yeah. I think they definitely forged a path. I think my brother, obviously, he's quite a bit older, and I looked up to him, and surfing was something he enjoyed, and that's sort of something I followed. And then he played footy, Dad played footy, so they
played against me.
Yes,
Jakey.
It's true. Jakey, he'd be pretty happy with that. You've said his name.
Yeah, but it annoys me because he said Pever was better than me, and that annoys me.
I saw a photo of Pever on the weekend.
Massive, eh?
Massive.
Massive. Anyway, keep going. We don't want to.
Yeah, so I definitely think being the youngest played a role. You get they forge the path, I think, and then you get to an age where you sort of, the whole time you lose wrestles, and then you get to an age where you start winning.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, now you've created something. Like, I'm only 2'5", but like, I'm actually winning wrestles.
When I
now.
get you and I'm going to get you, I'm going to hurt you seriously big time. Did you ever have that?
Wrestles?
No, I mean...
You would have won.
No. No, we got Lara. Lara's older.
Yep.
Was there a point in time where she used to beat you up and then you used to get to a point where I'm going to beat you up?
Well, I didn't want to beat up my sister.
Well, I used to fight my sister.
Mate, my sister used to beat me up.
Yeah, my sister.
Molly.
I used to fight my sister all the time.
Lara was pretty big. Like, Lara was always really tall for a year, like growing up, and then she stopped at like grade 6, but she was already massive. So yeah, she would beat me up early days. And then as soon as grade 6 sort of came around, I was like, I was bigger. And then Kaiser was just...
And you guys used to just bully him?
Nah.
You know what sucks about it is, so you're the youngest and you lose for 6-7 years.
Yeah, most of
You win,
childhood.
mate, that game's over within 3 months. It's done. You get 3 months of winning.
I remember when I used to verse my older brother at anything, so mainly it was footy in the backyard. He would always try and hurt me. That was his way. But my way was always just trying to beat him. Like, I just wanted to play fair one-on-one footy in the backyard. If there even is a thing. We used to play everything. And he used to get to a point where I was eventually starting to get the better of him when I was about 13, 14. He's 4 years older than me. And from then on out, because it used to be like a 50-50 thing for him. It'd be 50% wanting to hurt me, but 50% wanting to actually win the footy and win. Then it got to 99% of him just trying to hurt me any way possible.
It's gotta be good for you.
And the only way I could get him back was whacking him over the head with a chair. So I did that.
So, Flea, do you have... We'll move on because this is like going nowhere.
No, I like it.
But you got an NFL ball in front of you. Do you have any other sports that you look at or watch during the week, or are you more like we talked about surfing?
Yeah, I casually watch the surfing. I don't fully indulge in it, but I do like it. The basketball I can get around here and there.
Yep.
Like the Hornets.
Why is that?
I like the colours and how they look. LaMelo.
I was waiting for the LaMelo. Everyone
is coming.
draws to LaMelo.
But I actually got on him earlier than him, so I feel like I've been there long enough.
Have you?
Yeah, but I'm not a religious watcher of that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and I suppose when people are watching sport, I'm probably doing surfing or art or something like that. So I've never really been one that's good at sitting still. And
But you played basketball, did you not?
Yeah.
Were you good at basketball?
I was probably better as a younger kid. Yeah,
And you just didn't want to stick at it.
or like good luck going anywhere, and not even 6 foot.
Muggsy Bogues and
Mate, they're different.
Isaiah Thomas.
They're built different.
do you know who they are?
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
Who are they?
Basketballers.
What team they play for, Dunks?
Oh, mate. Isaiah Thomas. He's still playing now.
Which team?
Oh, he's at Denver, is he? At the
Yeah,
moment?
he got it right.
Pretty good, actually. Well done.
Yeah.
Oh, we do a segment every week where I ask him about celebrities and whether he knows who they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably coming up soon. So
It is.
are you good with that stuff?
Terrible.
Yeah, thank you. So I might have someone with me today.
Oh, you want to do it now? It's a
But
sporting
no,
one.
No, I was just going to touch on because you're talking about sports, but we talk a lot about netball.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch much netball?
I don't. Should I?
I reckon you should.
And you need to support a team.
Yeah, you need to pick a team. It doesn't have to
Okay.
have anything to do with us. We just want you to pick a team and just watch and see what you think.
'Cause
we'll take him to a game.
Yeah, let's do it because we generally do a weekly wrap up of the netball.
We do. So let's
Okay.
do it. Let's do it.
Don't mind that.
Okay, mate. Fill us in. How was?
Nah, we'll go Saturday first because that was obviously Firebirds versus.
Yeah, so the Firebirds played their arch rival, the Lightning, and we actually won by 30 in the end. I think it
was
was.
heaps. I was watching it.
Yeah, but so the Firebirds have been good, in my opinion, over even the preseason comp. They just missed out. They lost that first game, I think it was. And then round one, they were good against Vixens, who I think are going to be the best. Them and the Fever are the two best teams. Well, the Thunderbirds are pretty good too. But yeah, they were good. Kim was unreal. Made the team of the week. Lara made the team of the week.
I saw that.
I think Gretel made team of the week.
That was because of the net points?
Yeah, it's funny how they do it.
Nissan net points.
That's
or
how they
something.
do their teams of the week. So effectively, or essentially, it's like how we do Dream Team in AFL. That's how you make the team of the week.
Maybe we should do our team of the week from.
I would love to.
We should do that.
Okay.
So like after this, we'll get off air and we'll pick our team of the week.
Would love to.
And post about it.
Well, I'd definitely say the goal attack, the goal shooter, the wing attack, and the centre, all Firebirds players this week.
Well, we'll have a discussion off air, I reckon.
I reckon so. I reckon so.
But no, it was a good weekend.
No, it was good. It was good. What
yeah.
about for Tipsy?
Yeah, Tip.
Because you got to Adelaide again. You weren't in a rush this time.
I did, yeah. So I was actually pretty lucky because we won. So the meeting didn't go for too long. Last week,
Yes.
mate, last week at 1:15, I was at the airport
2 o'clock
on a plane
flight.
at 2 o'clock. I'm zooming to the airport.
Difference
this
between
week.
winning and losing.
Shouldn't have
Eh?
lost. Yeah.
Yeah, shorter meeting. So I was out of there pretty quickly and got on the plane with no stress, and then got over there and spent Saturday night with Tip, and then Sunday they played. And
Who'd they play?
They played the Giants, who
Oh, yeah,
were
they're
a
a good
little
team
bit
too.
affected by COVID. So
Oh, that's right. They're
It was
missing
sort of
quite
the
a few,
first
yeah.
game, well, first round that netball's sort of been affected by the COVID stuff. So they had 3 players out of their mainstays, I think, and yeah, the Thunderbirds got up, which was good. So
Who do they have this week?
they've got Lightning at home.
We have Fever.
Yeah, so that's a big test.
Fever, they're a good team, Codes. They've won, is it 3 out of the last 4?
Yeah. Oh, they've
They've won
done,
Perth.
Perth
Yeah.
Fever have won 3 out of the last 4. So
So
do
they've-
not go for Perth.
yeah, you're not allowed.
tempting.
That's
Can't
just
go for
that's
Perth.
cheating
Okay.
because they've got this big
Maybe
goal shooter
choose
who's like
Buckets.
8
Fowler. Her name's Fowler. She's won the last Three.
MVPs.
Is it 3 of the last 4 Liz Ellis medals, which is
MVP, yeah.
like the Brownlow equivalent?
Wherever she goes, do you reckon wins? She that
Ooh,
influential?
she has a huge, she's
Wow.
she's a star. I said star again. She's a weapon. No, but I reckon the way we can get Codes to pick his team is because you like your art. What's your favourite colour?
To use.
I like blue.
Blue?
Yeah.
So who's blue? The Vixens? They're like a dark blue.
The Vixens felt right.
Well, they're Melbourne,
Yeah.
and you're a
It
Melburnian.
does make. I'm a country boy. It makes sense, mate.
I don't go for the Vixens.
It seems boring, doesn't it?
It does.
Don't listen to Adam either. You just make your
think
own.
it's gonna,
mind up.
let's
No. You know
sort
what?
of
You make your
organically
choice.
develop, yeah.
You choose who you want to choose. So next time we have you on, we can do our own little.
Jeez, an invite back.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Well,
mate.
we'll see if this gets some good traction, and then we'll see if Baz Linker comes on,
Yeah.
and then we'll go from there.
We'll see who's better.
No,
But-
I think
but,
we get a few more.
No, but that's gonna get us onto the favorite segment of the week.
His favourite segment.
Yeah.
Hang on.
But I'm actually pretty confident here today.
You know
because
why?
I've
Today's a
got-
sport
I'm not
one.
looking forward to
I'm doing
this
a
at
sport-
all.
No, I'm doing a sport one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
So it's only 5.
I haven't watched
5.
movies or anything, so
Nah,
that would
they're-
have really had me.
Well, I haven't done
Perfect.
movies. These are like past and present sports people.
All right.
And I'm going to ask you, and you got to tell me what sport they played. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay. So the first guy, Babe Ruth.
Pause. Is this like you ask him or
No,
both?
No. Both yous asked. So I'm
Yep,
asking
yep.
you too.
Cool.
So you go. Do you know?
Name?
Babe Ruth.
I've got
Hockey.
no idea.
Ice hockey.
Baseball.
Baseball.
He's probably regarded as the greatest baseballer of all time.
Credit to him.
Okay.
All time. You know, I was gonna do. Well, this was he's passed away. This was in I think 1910 was when he started.
Yeah, wow.
Long time ago. But anyway, he's like the Michael Jordan of.
Okay.
And yes, I said it, the Michael Jordan because he's better than LeBron James.
Yep.
Second one, Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale, soccer.
Is that right?
I don't know. You guys got to work it out.
I think it is.
Soccer.
Yep. Who's he play for?
Oh, he plays for.
No,
I went and watched
you
them.
do know. You do know.
No, I went and watched them.
He's country maybe.
I don't know.
Anyway, well done. You got it. You should get this one. Naomi Osaka.
Tennis.
Well done. Yeah, you were confident with that one.
Yeah. I'm pretty good with sport.
I know. This is why I gave you an easy one this week.
Everyone will be really disappointed in that.
4. Number 4, Michael Phelps.
Swimming.
And number 5, Floyd Mayweather.
Boxing.
Well done.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
Well done.
Thank
So
you, Adam.
usually I come on and I know it's been hurting him. I know it's been hurting him recently because he doesn't get the celebrities and it really, really cuts him. He gets red in the face.
I feel that.
It really cuts him. So
Red in the face.
he gets really red in the face. Actually does. And I just thought I'd go a little bit easier this week.
So I'm going to ask Cody right now a few that you've asked me.
Oh, I would love to know. Yes.
Okay.
You've got the wrong bloke.
Just choose 5 crosses. See if he knows it.
Yeah. All right, all right. So you just got to say yes or no if you know the name.
Yeah. Okay.
As I'm having a drink. You can't because I could easily
If you say yes, you've got to explain.
Yeah.
tell me how you know him.
All right.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, tennis guy that. Is that right?
Do you mean Jim Courier?
Oh, close.
Have you ever watched The Grinch?
No. I haven't watched, I swear, I haven't watched Harry Potter. I haven't watched anything.
Liar,
I couldn't
liar.
sit still, mate.
See that? Yeah, actually, that doesn't surprise me. Anyway, he's an actor.
Don't cave.
Cave on Cody.
Yeah, no, you're caving because.
Yeah,
It's
I'll let
not-
him.
the
I'll let him
shit's
get
not on
off.
me this week.
I'll let him get off.
All right. I'm going to ask you this one because this is just a random one. Have you heard of Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Don't believe so. Should have I?
No.
Oh.
I don't believe so.
Did you watch? No, let me give a bit of background. Did you watch wrestling at all
I
growing
was
up?
actually going to say it sounds like a wrestling name.
It is.
Yeah.
Did you watch wrestling?
No.
See?
Man, even if this is what I was saying the other week to
You know
some of
what,
the boys
mate?
at the club.
You know what it is? Exactly what it is? Country boys, mate.
We're outside, mate.
I know.
Born and
Country
bred
boy.
country boys.
I know. I struggle with my knowledge. No. What I was saying is, so you don't? Do you watch the NFL at all? Like, I mean,
Very
consistently watch the NFL.
No.
Do you know who Tom Brady is?
Yep.
because Tom Brady's the greatest in that sport. Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest wrestler of all time. I would have thought you would have come across his name, like The Rock. Do you know The Rock?
I would know John Cena.
Oh, so he does know.
So
wrestling.
I feel like almost
maybe
every
it's
sport has
era then.
one guy, and it's not Stone Cold whatever.
It is Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's the greatest wrestler of all time.
All right,
What do you reckon, Jay?
Let's move on. Let's move
Next.
John Cena?
on. Robert Downey Jr.
Hell no. He does not know.
You gave me that much shit for not knowing this bloke. And now you sit there and just say,
What's that? 1 from 4? Oh, none.
none.
None. This from Iron Man. Have you seen Iron Man?
Nah.
Wow.
Rowan Atkinson.
Rower?
Rowan.
Nah. I thought he might have been a rower, but I was still on the sport theme.
Mr. Bean.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Have you watched Mr. Bean?
I've seen a few, yeah.
Well, that's Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah, right.
One more I'm going to get is one that I got, Elton John.
All right, singer.
Is that like, are you like questioning that to me? Like, is he a singer?
Just throwing that out there, Tim.
He's a singer.
Yeah.
I've got
Confident.
one. I've actually got one.
That's an easy one. Nah.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't get that, did you?
No, I did.
Oh,
I
You
did.
got it. I've got one. Do you know Dr. Phil and Oprah Winfrey?
I know them, yeah. Like, I've seen them.
So do you know who they are? Like, you've seen. Do you actually know? Yeah or no?
Purely know them based on their show.
Yeah. Well, you see, there you go. Their show. This guy over here. It's pretty much the same show. They've been around for hundreds and hundreds of years. Not really, but it feels like that.
I knew Dr. Phil. I didn't know.
He knew
Winfrey.
Dr. Phil, but didn't know Oprah Winfrey. It's pretty much the same time. The show's on at the same time.
I don't care.
That's a slap.
I don't watch it.
Stop getting
She's
red.
great, mate.
Anyway, move on. What else have you got?
No, that's all I've got for. No, it was a successful. Can't even say the word. Celebrity who I am for you. Well done. You done
Yeah.
well.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I'm really good. I'm really glad that Cody's here though, because now he's supporting me.
Oh, I support that.
Yeah.
And you know who told me the same thing? Bailey Smith.
What'd he
Said
say?
that he has no idea about who people are.
No.
Yeah, because
So-
Bailey's bigger than all of them.
so-
He doesn't need to worry about.
I'm sitting here trying to kill the segment a little bit
Yeah.
because I don't like it.
Because look, do you got any
I'm
questions?
a bit nervy for it, not going to lie.
Yeah, it's hard, man. It's hard.
I was like, I'm going to burn someone here.
You got any questions, Dunks?
Yeah, I've got
finish
a few.
Finish
I've
off
got
the
a
potty.
A few people want us to talk about the AFLW grand final this weekend coming up. Did you watch last week? Any of it?
I actually seen highlights. Yeah, I did. I've seen some highlights.
There was a couple of pretty close games.
Yeah. Yep.
Adelaide and Melbourne played this week at Adelaide Oval. So
Yeah. I think from the start of the year, though, with the women's, from the very start, I actually thought Melbourne and
those two teams.
I genuinely thought that. And Daisy Pearce she'd missed a bit and she came back. I'm not going to say star. She's a good player. Apparently I say star too much.
It's good feedback.
Yeah, so I'm going to try and say good player. And the other word I say, what is it, Dunks?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow,
I can hear that.
Because Georgie.
No, see, he's trying to
Wow.
say
Because
Georgie.
Georgie says it.
I'm just flicking through here trying to find a few others.
Good
but
message today in regards to the AFLW. Bit more crossover in the programs.
Yeah, that is good.
It's great.
Yeah, we haven't
great
had
for the game. We haven't had a lot to do with the girls, so
That's right.
that'll be
Our
good for football.
Bulldogs girls are back, being able to use the facility. I actually seen a couple of them in there today when we went in for treatment, but that's good. It's been genuine 2 years since we've been able to cross the thing over.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we need to, because at Collingwood when I was there, we did it twice. Is sometimes have a joint training session, like a tech session where.
I've done that once.
And did you guys enjoy it? The girls enjoy it and you guys enjoy
I
it?
think so, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's I reckon it'd be.
It was
wicked
open
if we did it.
training. It was good atmosphere.
Yeah, we did it as well at the Pies.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good now because I think that means, everything's starting to open up again.
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah, it's
everyone's sort of understanding the
For sure.
lifestyle
Yeah.
now. And yeah, we're moving forward, which is positive.
Well, you're going to Adelaide every week to suss out the Crows and the Power, aren't you?
No, mate, I'm going over there to support my girlfriend, Tipper.
Oh, that's good.
You know that. You know that. No, I did have one. Someone sent me, I'm trying to find it. Someone sent me a thing that we should do every week where I ask you, who am I?
Yeah.
And I go through, I'm just trying to find it. So you boys keep talking.
Oh, you want to get a celebrity who am I against me?
Someone sent it to me, and I reckon if you'd get it. I reckon you'd get it.
Is it a sports person or is it a celebrity?
Yeah, it's a sports person.
I reckon I'd get it because I'm pretty good at quizzes. Have you done the Wordle today, by the way?
Yeah, it was shocking. How many goes did it take you?
I haven't done it.
Have a crack. It's
Have you
pretty
done Wordle codes?
I know what it is, but
You don't do it?
don't participate, no.
How come?
It's a good question. Don't know.
Too busy surfing and doing art?
Nah. That's a morning thing. It's like on your way to work, isn't it?
Well, the Wordle?
Yeah.
No, you don't do it
Do
when
it
you
when
drive.
you're having your coffee.
No, you don't.
No. Coffee.
Yeah, you get to
Safe
work,
driving.
have your coffee and do your Wordle.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't quite got to that stage of life.
Yeah, the boys commonly do it at
I feel like
the
it's
footy
a
club.
25-year plus thing. A few years left in me.
He loves having a go at the old boys.
Fair call.
It's nearly your milestone game soon, isn't it, Dunks?
It is. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. 100 games.
Wow. It's big.
Yeah.
So literally in 2 weeks,
Round 7. If I play every game.
you will, mate. Oh, you might get dropped. I think you've been
Yeah.
struggling a bit this year.
That's a chance. It's always a chance of happening, mate. You never know.
Please.
Got to play on the edge like Cody does every week and don't take your spot for granted.
Ah, but you got that question for me?
I'm still searching.
Mate, you ain't going to find the question. Just
Here
ask
it
a
is.
couple
No,
more.
here it is.
Oh,
Here it
here we
is.
go.
Got it.
All right, so who am I? This is for you because I don't reckon you get it, Codes.
No, you can have a go still.
All right, so I'm a professional athlete. I'm from the USA.
Yep.
I play NBA basketball and have done so for 19 years
Was that I currently play or I play?
and have done so. I've played for 6 different teams.
I've got one in mind.
Have a guess.
2004, he was... No, it can't be this guy. Nah,
I've won a scoring title, which was in 2013.
definitely not this guy. Okay, yep.
I've won.
Oh, I think I know. Carmelo Anthony.
Wow. How does he do that?
Yeah, because I knew when he won the scoring title. I could probably name the 6 teams he's played for too.
Go.
So there's the Nuggets. Then he went to the Knicks. Then he's played for Oklahoma. He's played for the Lakers. He's played for Portland. Are you looking at this up?
Nope.
Oh, then what's the point of me doing this?
Because you love it.
Sounded right.
6 teams. Who's the other team he's played for?
Is it Rockets? No.
Was he at the Rockets? I don't know.
I was thinking them, but I have no idea.
James Harden's still at the Rockets, isn't he? No, that'll do us. That'll do us.
Yeah, we better let Cody get back to his artwork up in that abandoned house next door. But
I'm telling you, the cops are there.
Keep mowing those lawns. But no, we appreciate you coming on,
yeah,
mate.
thanks, mate.
As I said at the start, we commonly get asked for some players, and you're well and truly one of the ones we commonly get asked for. So it's been a privilege to have you on, mate. Hopefully the listeners enjoy and have a good time.
Thanks, fellas. Happy to fill the void.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, mate.